The switch does nothing. Ice cream van. Can you hear that?
Well, he's allowed to walk up the street, you know. It's not your street.
Well, hello and welcome back to my shed. I thought I'd pick up the phone and have a bit of a chat with you, have a catch up, do one of these little rambly wanders around the shed and let you know what I've been up to. Yeah, there's been a lot going on. We've had a big influx of stock. If you saw the haul recently, we shared a fraction of what we picked up at the 2 yard sales we went to week before last, I guess it was. And then we were away in Bristol, and you may have seen that video where I came home with a carload of stuff because our friend Carla had a big clear out of stuff she didn't want to deal with, and it all came home with me. So I've been starting to sort through all of that and doing all sorts of other jobs as well. So you can see the table is kind of full with ongoing jobs. I shared a post on Instagram yesterday when it was even more chaotic than this. Oh, I've been wiring a plug. I've been doing some electrics. We can see if that works now, actually, because I've now found a bulb that fits. So let's start there, shall we? A few weeks back we picked up this handsome little lamp stand basically at a yard sale event, and I think we paid, it was £2 or £3 for this. We got it with a few other bits. It's got a very cool looking switch on it, but it didn't come with a plug. It just came with the wire, no plug. So I've just fitted a plug, so I will now plug it in, and I have found a bulb, bayonet fitted bulb or fitting bulb. We should, don't know if the switch is on or off, but we should hopefully get light if I've wired the plug correctly. Oh, there we go. Right, so this should be off then. Okay, right, that's interesting. The switch does nothing. What? So the switch isn't actually doing anything to the power supply, look. Interesting. It has 4 screws on that plate, so I could take that off and just see if that switch, if I could wire that switch in. It would be nice if it worked. I may continue to play with this, but anyway, the plug is clearly working. We have power. So let's unplug that. And I will continue messing around with that one. See if I can get that switch to actually do something. That would be nice. Video games is ongoing. I've had a few people message me about how much I want for the video games. It's an ongoing thing because we're getting other stuff to value as part of this. The chap's also doing work on the house for us, and we're going to do the whole thing as one, payment-wise. So you'll just have to bear with me on that because I can't sell it until I own it, and we're doing that all as one big sort of deal. So that's ongoing. This is sat here because I needed to get hold of some little cell batteries. That takes the little tiny round ones. I got hold of some. It now works. I've done the pictures, so this will be listed. That way up, it's a gun. If you rotate his head, one-handed, it's a dinosaur. Power Rangers thing. So, also on here, I've been looking into getting this listed. I bought this. I've just been editing the video, actually. Of the Norwich yard sale event. So a chap had this really nice Lego Ferrari F1 car. Hello, editing Nick later on that day. So I've been looking into the Ferrari, and I thought it would have some value, but I've been surprised. I'll pop a couple of pictures in here of completeds on this so you can see it's achieving up into the 50, 60 plus sort of bracket, which is quite amazing. Also, if I just take the engine compartment top off, you can see inside to there with the Ferrari engine. The detail on it is really rather nice. And the steering works and everything. So it's a bit better than I actually imagined. I think it's actually a shell promotional thing. See, it's got the Shell logo on it, so it's got some age to it. I don't think it was issued in massive numbers, maybe if it's a promo one, I don't know. But it is sought after, so it isn't complete, but it's probably 99% complete. So yeah, happy with that. Anyway, back to me earlier today. Ta-ra! And a couple of other models. We got the 3 and a DVD that's just sold, Queen live at Wembley. Got the whole lot for a tenner. So yeah, looking into this one has some value. I think I'm going to aim, what did I look up? 30 to 40, I think I should get back on that. That's what I'm going to aim for. This here, I've had one of these things before. This is a Yano. It's an interactive storyteller. I've had this out, put batteries in it, had it all working. It's working perfectly, really good condition. I'm not sure there's a great deal of demand for these. I haven't actually looked into how much these are going for now. I have sold one before. Yeah. But it's working, so that's a plus. Had it all out, tested it all. I think it's quite a creepy thing. The face moves. This is all like a kind of latex rubbery face, and it talks to you and reads stories and stuff. A little bit creepy if you ask me, but that's going to get listed. I've also picked a few orders we've had in. I can quickly show you those. So these were listed yesterday. I've put a note in there to say cart only. When I bought it, it had this blank case. I want to keep the case as a spare. I've sold just the cart. It went on at £13 last night. We had an offer in at 12, I think it was. So the cart only is gone. I think I paid £2. We've also sold Call of Duty World at War. No, not World at War. World War II. Very little value in it. £5, I think that went for. Beatles #1 has gone. I think the same buyer has bought Queen, which, yeah, was bought along with, like I was saying, along with these cars. So that was listed last night, sold already. The penultimate space astronaut outfit. We have one left in the corner right up there. I don't know if you can see it. One left. Amazing. Yeah, we started with cases and cases of those. I don't know how many it was. And this has been listed for a while. Just sold. Took an offer of, I think it was 30 maybe. It's PS3 Book of Spells. It has the Move controller in it. It's part of the bundle, and the software, etc. So that's going out as well. So I was just picking a few orders. Those will all go out tomorrow with everything else that's sold. This here, I don't know how saleable this is going to be because this came from Carla. She didn't want to deal with it and I bought it home. It's a Sizzix. It's an embossing machine. It's like a big roller thing. Here it is. You can see it right here. Had it out. It's all working, but it doesn't have the handle, the winder to force the plates through. So I need to look into, is it actually worth sourcing a handle for what this is worth to sell? I'm not sure it is. So it may go on as a working unit without a handle. See if we can sell it. Don't know. That might be a tricky sale, that one. And then over here, you may be wondering what all of these are. These are Private Eye magazines. Again, this all came from Carla. She's had them for ages. Didn't want to deal with them. She's having work done on the house and needed to clear loads of stuff. So she sorted through loads of stock that she just wanted gone. And when we went down there for her birthday weekend, I took away all the stock she didn't want to deal with, which included these Private Eyes. Now they start in the early 70s. So some are older than me, I know. So here's a good example. This is 1975. Got Maggie Thatcher on the cover. They are saleable. You could go to the extreme of selling them individually, but I don't think it's worth the effort. The earlier you get, the more value they have. I think it started in 61. In fact, this is a reissue from 91 of the first ever one, which it doesn't actually have the year on it. It was the 1960s when it started. The early ones can be worth some good money, worth listing individually. By the time this collection starts in the 1970s, for me, I don't think it's worth messing around. You might get 3 or 4 quid per issue, maybe, but you could be sitting on them a long time. What I think I'm going to do, and I've started sorting them here into years. From what I can work out, it was a bi-weekly thing. So that would be 52, 26, about 26 issues. Ice cream van. Can you hear that? Excellent. Yeah, so bi-weekly thing. So that's about maximum 26 in a year. I'm going to sort them into years and try and sell them that way. Even as a year, you're looking at sort of £20 a year, maybe more on certain years. There might be some issues in here that are particularly sought after, but there's so many. Is it worth my time to look them all up? I don't think so. They have been fun to look at. This goes right through the 80s, through the whole Thatcher years, and then through Major and Blair. Yeah, really interesting. Right the way through the 90s. It goes up to the 2000s, I believe. 2006, I think, is where it ends. Yes. Paul McCartney's divorce going on there. So that's what's been occupying my time in here. Lots going on. I've also been sorting all the stock from the Norwich yard sale and the other one we went to. So here's the Playmobil that I picked up. The ferry, aeroplane, fire engine, a little bit of Technics Lego here. And all of the little cabinet knobs that I picked up. We bought 5 sets of 4. We paid £5. So those are sitting there waiting for some pictures. We also have here, these came from Carla as well. They are some sort of martial arts body protection. Can't remember exactly what they are. There's 2 sets. I've sold similar things in the past. Blitz is the brand. I have had something that was Blitz branded, I'm sure. And it's sold, so I need to look into that. Still haven't dealt with all of the Playmobil that's shoved in the corner here. I need to have a couple of days, get all the Playmobil out, set it all up, make decisions on it, get the photos done. But whilst we have all of this going on, that's not going to happen, is it? Jeff's kicking off. Should we go and find him? What are you doing, Jeff? Have you heard a dog? Oh, bye then. He goes a bit crazy when dogs walk past. It's what he does. He's a Westie. He's very territorial. So, right. Task next. Not sure, to be honest. I think I'm going to write some more drafts. Oh, he's back out again, yapping in the yard. Yeah, I think I'm going to write a few more drafts, make a few more decisions. Whilst I have the sun, I can do some pictures outside. Might get the pictures done for this. Oh, can you see him? Oh, he's got his back to you. Shame. Right, so that's the Yano set up ready for its pictures. I've actually just lost the sun. It's gone the other side of the house. But it's still a lot brighter out here than it is in the shed. So I'm going to snap a few pics of that and get it listed. I was just looking at prices. I'll put a couple on screen here. It's usual eBay, all over the place, anywhere from £10 right up to 30. So we'll come up with a price and pitch it somewhere at the topper end of that. See what happens. I just had an offer in. I listed a CD last night. It was a signed CD, but it didn't have a great deal of value in my opinion. So I put it on for, I think it was only on for a fiver. I've just had an offer in, I think it was £4.50 for a signed Paul Carrack CD. It owes me, I think I was paying £3 for £1 at this stall, so it owes me 33p. Happy to move that within 24 hours of listing it, so that I can add to stuff that's going out tomorrow when I do picking and packing tomorrow. Right, I'm going to get those pictures snapped. I will pop a couple on screen here when I've done them, and then carry on doing photographs and drafts. Okay, I'm now trying to find out if I can get a replacement handle for this Sizzix machine, and I don't think I can. I can't find one for sale anywhere, so I'm just going to list as is. It may be a hard sell without a handle. Let me just see what they go for complete. So that is the very same machine, but with the handle. So 55 there, same there. So that's got various extras with it, but they have a bit of value clearly. So if I pitch mine somewhere below these prices, you never know, we might be able to shift it minus the handle. So that's the box, and this is what it looks like out of the box. So this is where the handle should attach, and these are they're like pressing plates, etc. It also has this, which by the look of it, hello Jeff, do you mind? By the look of it, this creates out of an A4 piece of paper a little square box. Editing Nick again. I separated this from the machine. I'm going to list this on its own. It looks to be new, still in the packet, and these can fetch, I don't know, 10 to 12 pounds. So yeah, that little thing that you run through a Sizzix machine and then you can fold up a box, I'm going to list separately. Right, back to me again earlier. You are such a noisy little dog. Where have you gone? Come here. Come here and say hello. Did you see a dog go past? Huh? Did you? Yeah. Well, he's allowed to walk up the street, you know. It's not your street. You can hear the dogs barking, can't you? Right, so that's pictures all done for this. We'll see how we get on, but I think that is going to be potentially tricky to sell. I was just going to say it's great out there in the natural daylight, but I don't really have a convenient place to set up the stuff, so I'm using our tiny little round garden table. The plan, you may remember, was to set up in here with loads of lights, a nice photography bay. I just haven't had the headspace nor the time to really get that dealt with. So it's just a dumping ground now. Relentless. He's been on one today. Totally on one. Oh, yeah, he's now in the garden. Right, I think he's finally calmed down. The other thing I've been doing intermittently today is repairing discs. I've just done this one. Katie, if you're watching, that will be winging its way to you soon. Yeah, so software and disc repair machine. So I've been putting discs through there, getting them repaired. It can repair most things. There is a limit to how deep a scratch this can take out, but yeah, it brings most things back to looking like new. The one I've just done for Katie looks great, looks perfect now. So very pleased with that. So yeah, that's ongoing. What I have is a JFJ Easy Pro. The elastic band that is there, that used to sit across the corner like that. And then when I close the lid, it stops the lid rattling and it reduces the volume of noise this thing makes. I need to reattach that really. Yeah. At the end of the video, I will share one of my videos where I talk about how this works, and I show how effective it is. So if you haven't seen that, it might be an interesting watch. I'll share that at the end. Something else we've been thinking about that's happening soon is our village here is having its own yard sale event, and we are thinking we're going to have a stall. So there's a kind of conflict of interest there, because if we have a stall, we can't really be going around the village looking, and that's going to make it awkward. But we think we're going to do it anyway and just price everything up and say, pop the money through the letterbox. Most people are honest, and we're happy to do that. And I don't think it will take us long to whiz round the village, and then we'll be back hopefully within an hour or so anyway, and then we can sit there and chat to everyone and serve people. But with that in mind, we've been thinking what we're going to sell. We've got a load of stuff in the house, you know, stuff we've ended up with from job lots, stuff that's our own stuff that we want to just clear out, things we've bought that aren't really worth reselling, or, you know, the sort of stuff. So we've got a load of that in the house. Plus, we were thinking about some of this original haul stuff would be perfect to sell at a yard sale. So we're going to put some of these beach blankets out, the bubbles, they'd be perfect. We could open up a couple of cases of these and sell the individual ones, or do them by the box load. This sort of stuff would be great. So we're going to take a whole load of that out there, see if we can shift some of it. We don't have much in the way of label stock left, but I'm going to take some of these out, the round ones, and price those keenly, see if we can find a few people that are interested in round labels. We will probably use a bunch as price stickers as well, maybe. Yeah, this sort of stuff, we can try and sell some. We don't have a great deal of this left. This is still selling well, the nano tape. We'll pop some of that out there. We could even try the jewellery. I was thinking about that last night. So yeah, we might try some of the jewellery at the yard sale. So that's an ongoing thing. What do we want to attempt to sell at the yard sale? The thing is, we were talking about this. When we normally go to a car boot sale, we are in total clear out mode, and we price everything cheap, and we take offers, and we're just in total clear out mode. We don't have to be, you know, we can price stuff reasonably at what we would be happy with, and that kind of frees us up. So we may put a whole load of ceramic stuff out, things that maybe are being slow. We could take lower offers, obviously. There's no shipping, there's no packing, so we would happily come down, but we don't have to go crazy cheap. So I think we're going to look through a lot of this sort of stuff, maybe put a load of slow moving stock out there and price it at a price we'd be happy with. If it doesn't sell, doesn't sell. Just bring it back in, put it on the shelf. No big deal. So that's coming up soon. Another thing that's coming up, and I thought I'd quickly chat with you about, we're having a full day's meeting about the app. Things have not stopped with the app at all. In fact, it's going incredibly well. We are pushing as fast as we can to get the Apple version out. Once both are finished, we can then do, then we can get onto the phase of properly launching and promoting. I am very aware how long this has taken. With the best will in the world, we would have loved this to have gone a lot quicker and a lot smoother, but we were learning on the job. We are still learning on the job. And there's been so many hurdles to overcome, so many things we did wrong and we had to rethink. And yeah, it's been like climbing a mountain, this whole experience, a huge learning curve for everybody involved. Plus, when you consider we're doing it in our spare time, I'm a very busy person. I'm not very efficient with my time, but I'm always busy. My business partner has a full-time job and he is doing all of the coding in his spare time. We've had some outside help, but it's mainly two of us. But we're so excited. We have been sharing it with people. People have been on there and we've been taking that feedback and working with that. But it is coming and we can't wait to share that with everybody and get it out there. Well, I will find the Easy Pro video. So if you're interested in disc repair and how that works and the machine I use, I will pop the video up here so you can take a look at it. I love that thing. I've had it for years. It's worked wonders for me, and it frees up being able to buy media that isn't perfect because I know I can polish it. So check that video out. Thanks for watching. Take care. I'll see you soon. Bye.